Arabic doesn't have a case distinction. There are no uppercase or lowercase letters, as we have in English. When combined in two words, most letters connect with one another. Using slight modification to the basic letter forms, in Arabic, the letters are all consonants, but three of them also represent long vowels. So, how Arabic letters are written? The letters in the table are all shown in their isolated form. This is the basic form of the letters. To write a word, we need to make slight modification to the isolated forms of the letters to enable them to join with their neighbors. For example, when kaf begins a word, we call it the initial form, and it looks like this. When kaf comes anywhere between the first and the last letter of the word, we call it the middle form, and it looks like this. When kaf is the last letter of the word, we call it the end form, and it looks like this. Let's now try to build a simple word, the verb kataba. This word means to write and consists of the letters kaf, ta, and ba. To write the word kataba, we will again need to use the initial form of kaf, but this time we will add a short vowel, looking like a short stroke above the kaf. What we have written so far is ka. We are now going to add the second letter called ta. The isolated form of ta is shown in the table. It is in the first row, the third letter from the right. We will need the middle form of ta in order to connect it to kaf. As you can see, the middle form of ta before we connect it to kaf. After connecting ta to kaf, we add a short a vowel above the ta. What we have written so far is kata. We will now add the third letter called ba. The isolated form of ba is in the alphabet table. It is in the first row, second letter from the right. As you can see, the end form of ba before we connect it to ta. After connecting ba to ta, we add another short a vowel, this time above the ba. Now we'll move to talk about short vowels in Arabic. There are three short vowels in Arabic. They are called fatha, damma, and kasra. They are written above or below the consonants they follow. Fatha is a short vowel pronounced like a in bag. Fatha is always written above the consonant it follows. As you will see, Fatha looks the same in all positions. Let's take an example. Ba, ba, ba. Damma is a short vowel pronounced like the English letter U, and it is always above the letter. Damma is always written above the consonant it follows. As you will see, Damma looks the same in all positions. Let's take an example. Bu, 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 bu. Kasra is a short vowel pronounced like E in in. Kasra is always written below the consonant it follows. As you will see, Kasra looks the same in all positions. Let's take an example. B, B, B. Now we will move to the long vowels in Arabic. There are three long vowels in Arabic. They are called ألف, واو, and ياء. Now we will move to سكون. سكون indicates the absence of a short vowel. So when we write سكون after a consonant, it simply means no sound. It is always written above the consonant it follows. As we see, سكون looks the same in all positions. In fact, سكون only appears at the middle. For example, b, or at the end of a word. For example, b. Now we will talk about diphthongs in Arabic. A diphthong is when we combine a short vowel with a long vowel of a different sound. Let's take some examples of diphthongs following the letter B. The first example pronounced B. The second example pronounced boo. We will move now to shadda. الشدة indicates a doubling of the preceding consonant. الشدة is always written above the consonant it follows. As we see, shadda looks the same in all positions. In fact, shadda only appears at the middle or at the end of a word. Now let's talk about tanween. A tanween is a grammatical suffix, that is to say, an attachment to the end of the word. There are 3 versions of tanween, and they only appear at the end of words. Let's take examples of the 3 versions of tanween. The 3 versions of tanween shown in combination with the letter B. There is tanween kasra, tanween damma, tanween fatha. Bun, bun, ban, ban, bin, bin. In the following exercise, try to pronounce the following Arabic words correctly. So let's correct the exercise. Okay, so let's pronounce the following Arabic words correctly. سلة, سلة, يد, يد, حيتان, حيتان, ملعب, ملعب, حاسوب, حاسوب, كرة, كرة, بلد, بلد, مركبة, مركبة.